Good evening, guys. It is August 19th. It's Monday. Well, at least for the next 30 minutes it is. A lot went on this weekend, so let's get into it. Alright, guys. Whew. It has been a crazy weekend. Okay, so a lot's kind of happened this past weekend, and I kind of want to unfold it all. Really didn't have a lot to go on to make a full vlog, so I'll kind of get you guys up to speed. So Amanda was speaking with a bride, potential client, last week about her wedding coming this past Saturday, and she was basically just in need, like kind of like just search. She had a set amount of money, like this is what I have. I really need a videographer, and I told her, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I wasn't real keen on it at first because this is my one weekend for the next probably I want to say probably the next 4 to 6 weeks where I didn't have a wedding, and I had 2 weddings prior to this, so like this was my one weekend to not necessarily get caught up per se, but really to kind of get caught up, I guess. So I really wasn't looking for work, but at the same time, like I don't want to turn down a potential client, especially when someone's in need. Like it's one thing if this person had like months to search for another videographer, but this bride didn't. She literally had a week, and I was like, okay, let's do it. Like I've got time. I don't got anything planned on Saturday. It's in Sandusky, so traveling isn't that far. It's right up 75. Can stay up at the Cottage. It's right off, right around where they're going to be, where they're getting ready, where the venue is. It's like less than a half hour away. So I was like, all right, the stars aligned. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? So I pack up my stuff, get ready to go on Friday night. You guys saw that vlog on Saturday. Basically kind of highlighting just what I pack and stuff like that as far as like the big box goes. Not like my actual equipment, like camera bag, but more so like what goes inside of our newer equipment case, tripods, gimbals, things like that. So that's all in there. So you kind of saw kind of a vlog about that on Saturday. But so the wedding went really well. The venue was gorgeous. The ceremony was great. The couple was amazing. Their guests were amazing. All in all, like the day went really well. The one thing that kind of stood out a little bit more so than really any other photographer that I've worked with in the past. Well, there's a few out there that have kind of wowed me like this. So the photographer Kayla Duffin, she took the bride and groom out for about 2 hours, and we went to a couple different locations to get like shots of the bride and groom, shots of the wedding party. And this is really something that I hadn't seen before. Like you always hear about like when the bride and groom go to a certain location and just for their pictures or whatever. But we went to like 3 different locations. We went to one of the bar that the couple first met at when they took on their first date. That's where we had the first look. Then we went to a downtown area. Took some pictures there. Went to another section of the downtown area and took more pictures there. Like it was kind of refreshing to kind of get the group out, get several types of different backgrounds. I think we had like probably 6 or 7 different styles of backgrounds and backdrops and kind of environments. And it was just refreshing to kind of see that, and I highly encourage you guys to reach out and do that. It takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of planning, like pre-planning with your bride and groom. So if you've got a little bit of time, reach out to if you're talking to someone for like let's say 2020, where they haven't really kind of figured out their entire timeline yet, reach out to like, hey, you know what? I'd really like to take you guys out. If you're planning a first look, I'd really like to take you out. Let's get your first look done, take you out, and let's really find some awesome spots to get some pictures taken. Get them to agree to that, and then start your research, right? Start finding, what time frame is this going to happen? Is it going to be at dead noon where the sun's going to be like right up in the air, or is it going to be in the evening, or is it going to be in the afternoon? Where's the sun going to be at? And start visiting those places or looking for those places now, so that way you can approach it, a little bit more professionally when the time comes. You can also take your camera with you and, visit that location ahead of time, maybe a few months in advance, and take some pictures, take some videos of what you're looking at, and kind of like the best parts of the different spots or different venues that you've got kind of scoped out. And then you can take those clips or those pictures, send them to the bride, like, hey, what do you think about this? Check this place out, and kind of get her excited about what you're actually doing, what you're actually planning. That way you can kind of show her and prove to her that you're, prove to them that you're kind of pre-planning and being, well prepared for their big day, not just, okay, let's go outside and take some pictures. Right? You're actually, getting to the venue ahead of time, sometimes months in advance, if that's feasible. Now, granted, traveling up to Cleveland, in my example, or traveling up to Sandusky, in my example, isn't as feasible as, one would think, right? If I live in Dayton, that's a 3-hour trip just to scope out the venue. Now, if I have a wedding prior to that, so like let's say I'm talking to someone for a wedding in 2020, and I've got a wedding next weekend that's on Saturday, heck yeah, I can stay up in Cleveland Saturday night and Sunday, go to this location and check out these spots that I've kind of figured out that I want to. So make use of your time, double down and say, you know what, I'm going to be up there this coming weekend. I'm going to go ahead and, and you know what you could also do? Invite them out with you. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be driving around scoping out some spots. It might not be a fun trip, but you can see kind of how I work, and we can kind of see what you're interested in. Or if you'd like, I can go ahead and just record what I see and what I like and what I think would work really good for you, and send you those clips, send you those pictures. And I mean, even if you're a videographer, just taking some still images, like, hey, this is a really cool angle, this is a really location. We can do a lot creatively with, you and your husband. The wedding party will fit really well in here. This is a great place for, shots with the groom. So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway this weekend, was get creative with your clients. Don't just show up to a wedding not knowing where everything's at, not knowing where you're going to take, pictures or videos or whatever. Show up to the wedding prepared, right? Show up knowing like the best spots, driving to a wedding and shooting through Google images of the location that you're at. While it's good to be prepared, and that is one step, that's better than not being prepared, right? That's better than showing up and be like, okay, let's see. So it's over there. Okay, let's go over there. No. So even if you're doing the Google image thing, that's fantastic, but take it a step further. I challenge you to take it a step further. Go further. Look into the location ahead of time. If you can visit the location and take pictures or video ahead of time and send it to your couple, that just means that they might be, that might just push them over the edge to refer you to the next person. So yeah, so that was kind of my takeaway from this wedding, and that's really what I'm trying to accomplish with every wedding, is trying to take something away, right? Trying to learn one thing. Whether it's with equipment, whether it's with style, whether it's with positioning, whether it's with, being prepared, whether it's with, dodging bullets, whether it's, whatever it is, always trying to take something away and reflect on it a couple days later. That way you can, it's not just oh yeah, duh, like I should have positioned myself the same side as the photographer, so she's not in all of my shots when I'm, trying to film the couple on their first dance. Like, when you say that the day of, you're like, oh yeah, that's duh, right? But if you reflect on that a couple days later, you're like, okay, this is definitely something I need to really pay attention to. This is something I really need to make sure that I'm focused on going forward. Don't just, not in the moment, but down the line, keep reminding yourself, keep reflecting on those individual things to help yourself become a better photographer, help yourself become a better videographer. All right, so we're working on Ashley and Taylor's wedding right now. I know last week I had talked about building a schedule for like social media and stuff like that. Well, I took it a step further. I went ahead and took all my weddings, and like I said, I'm 5 weddings behind right now that we've recorded Jess and Mike's wedding. 5 weddings behind. So I need to get on top of this editing process, right? So what I've done is every wedding that I have filmed, I went through and put that on my calendar. I'm doing a 4-day edit process. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mostly because Saturdays I have weddings, some Fridays I have weddings. If I've got a wedding that's in Cleveland, I'm traveling Friday, so no editing will get done. I'm just preparing myself, seeing, no editing is going to get done on those days. The way I've kind of broken it down is Monday, I'm getting the ceremony done. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm working on the highlight reel. This tends to be the most time consuming because there's a lot of video to go through, a lot of audio from different sources, especially when you're talking about speeches, when you're talking about vows, when you're talking about letters to each other. There's a whole bunch of different things that go into it, not to mention the ceremony, reception, all that crammed into one. So that's why that gets 2 days. So that goes Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, I'm wrapping up with just the teaser trailer. So this is the 1-minute teaser, which is pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. The only reason it's time consuming is because of the time, the time limit of being 1 minute. So cramming everything down into 1 minute. And usually it just consists of me going through the highlight reel and pulling out exactly what I want, to encompass like the raw emotion of that day. So that won't take nearly as long. So I have a feeling Thursdays will also become wrapping up like the highlight reel and stuff like that. So, and then uploading, and then delivery is pretty straightforward because MediaZilla is the best. Once it's uploaded, creating the actual menu system takes like maybe 10-15 minutes. But from there, it's, here's the link. Congratulations. So that's kind of like my workflow process so far. So I've almost finished up Taylor and Ashley's ceremony. All I got to do is drop in a little bit of audio for the procession, and then a little bit of audio for the end of the wedding. So I'm not using copyrighted music, of course. And then that'll be ready to go. So mission successful for Monday. Ching. So I've scheduled myself Monday, all these days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 9 to midnight. So the way it's going to be interesting to kind of figure those out, because the way I've scheduled myself with this Monday through Thursday schedule, with working on my backlog and trying to get caught up, I will be busy every Monday through Thursday from now until Thanksgiving. Not getting caught up, but as I'm getting caught up, more weddings are coming in and getting filmed. Those get put into the editing log and get added to the calendar. So the way I figured it out is every Monday through Thursday that I'll be working, I will have finally caught up to myself and finished all my weddings by the end of November. So what does that mean for like the vlog and stuff like that? I'm not going to stop vlogging. I'm still going to do that because I feel it's important to kind of follow along and see how this process goes. Is it going to work? Who knows? And you never know. Like this first day was amazing. But keep in mind, the ceremony is usually the easiest of the 3 films to create. However, with this now take that with a grain of salt, because with this one I had 3 different cameras, 2 separate different audios. Two separate audio inputs. So trying to find the best audio, the best video between 3 cameras is a little time consuming. So normally, being able to record just 1 camera or 2 cameras would be a cinch. But with this particular wedding, I had 3 cameras at my disposal, so we decided to try it. So that might have been a little bit of cause for concern as far as adding more to the editing process, but I feel like today went really well. And if this is indicative of how the rest of the process is going to go, then I'm super stoked, because this is going to help me just streamline my delivery process and hopefully get me caught up sooner rather than later. So let's get back to it, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for making it this far in the video. If you did, leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content, if you want to continue seeing it. If not, I'm still going to keep making it, so let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I will, criticisms, whatever you got, promise. Take it right here. So anyway, let me go ahead and get back to editing. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening, and thanks for watching.